Heyo, Greg Branos here for the Coach Speak Index. It is still Wednesday, and we're doing another draft from now on, Wednesdays and Fridays, 2 drafts each day. And man, this draft right here, let me tell you something. Got a real good guest. He is the winner of the Ball Mania 2 tournament. And we brought him here today to draft the Ball Mania 6 with us. Liam Murphy, welcome.
Thank you, sir. How you been?
Been good, man. Been good. Training camp is underway, which means the 70-hour work weeks are underway from now till like January, and it's heaven. It's heaven.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I always find, like what news or what quote unquote news we get from training camp hard to discern, right? Like just examples from last year, something that comes to mind is, Jags beats being like, oh, Brian Thomas Jr. will be 4th in the pecking order. Like that was actionable news people were drafting off of August 1st.
Was that really a thing? 4th in the pecking order?
That's what John Shipley tweeted, and not calling. After Gabe Davis, after Ingram, after Kirk. Now, some injuries, whatever occurred there, but what are you looking for? What are you looking for from is this more of like vibes you're hearing? Like, you're trying to look these coaches in the eyes, know what to trust, what not to.
I do have an ongoing document of poker tells from NFL head coaches. That's something that I just can't, obviously all the notes and stuff I put into the Discord and I'll tweet out and stuff, but with the poker tells, if you just reveal it once, it's out there forever, it just it ruins it completely. So I try to.
No, I'm not asking for the tells.
I know you're not. You asked what I'm looking for. I mean, that's one thing, but obviously the words and actions, right? Previous actions and the words that they're saying now, do they go together with what they've done in the past? Obviously always looking for unprompted praise the player, right? Like Sean McVay, the last 2 drafts, they ask him about the running back he just drafted, and he ends up talking about Kyron Williams for a couple minutes. That.
It's a good time for Kyron.
That's big stuff. And then, there's all the
what about let's use the Brandon Ayuk example, because I've heard oh, we're optimistic, and then recently people are like, oh, there's no timeline of him returning. I mean, this is the same coach who said we don't know if someone's going to be alive tomorrow. So I feel like it's being a little overblown. What's your take on Mr. Ayuk?
They haven't been super optimistic on Ayuk, and I tweeted out, some the Niners talking about Ayuk and the Bucks talking about Chris Godwin. How, people say, oh, every coach says every player is ahead of schedule. Well, the Niners have not been saying that about Ayuk, and the Bucks have not been saying that about Chris Godwin. It's with Ayuk, it's we don't know the timeline. We're hoping. With Godwin, it's we're hoping he's available week 1. So when they're not saying, all the ahead of schedule or whatever.
Well, I mean, last year Todd Bowles was he might return for the playoffs. So
I saw people saying that. I haven't gone back and looked at the at his actual quote yet, because sometimes these quotes that get tweeted out are not the actual quotes, or they're a partial quote that's lacking just full context. And we need to know the other part of what they said, because that's instrumental to how we decipher what they actually
I mean, it makes sense to under promise, over deliver with most of these things to me, right? If I was a coach and I had an injured player, I wouldn't be I'm expecting him on the field week 2. Yeah. Then when he's on the field week 6, you're fielding questions on it, right?
And some coaches don't like giving any timelines, and part of the reason for some of them Like Mike McDaniel doesn't like giving timelines that are like more than 2 weeks out, usually like kind of more long-term stuff. And one of the reasons is like we don't want to put pressure on this player, right?
Yeah.
This player knows that we just said we expect him back in 2 weeks. And that just, in their opinion, puts kind of undue pressure on players. So some coaches won't even get into timelines. And when we're in this part of the NFL season, the kind of like official off-season part of the NFL, these coaches aren't even required to tell us about injuries. They're not required to disclose what an injury is if they do reveal that there's been an injury. So that is actually a kind of cool thing about the Niners. Like they didn't have to say, hey, Ricky Pearsall pulled his hamstring or whatever, right? Like they could have just said he's dealing with something, right? Robert Saleh last year with the Jets said Breece Hall is dealing with a injury in his lower half, and people asked like, well, what is it? How severe is it? He's like, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, like we found out about Gus Edwards' surgery at like this time last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he had like an unreported surgery, I'm pretty sure.
Lot of unreported surgeries that we hear about.
Godwin.
Like later, yes, second ankle surgery, reportedly. Some things we don't find out until like during that NFL season or like after that NFL season. Sometimes it'll be a player saying, well, like I had surgery on my knee or something. Like there was
that happened in one of the Leonard Fournette seasons for sure. Like he was like bad, but he was like, oh, I was hurt. And like, we don't know that,
And I think it happened with Kyle Pitts as well, kind of when he had that knee injury early in his career. Was it like his second year or something like that? And we didn't find out until like a full year later that, oh, this injury and the surgery was actually much more involved than was reported. And again, it's not like the teams aren't required to report that. It's so weird that like once week 1 starts, like they're required to report in injuries, but before that, it's like a free for all.
The NFL will realize best ball is important eventually.
Yeah, a guy could have open heart surgery, and they are not required to report it if it takes place in June.
Who would you, before we jump in this draft, who would you say 3 to 5 players are coach speak all-stars? Like Jameson Williams is a clear one.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's somewhere on this list. Who else that people wouldn't expect, would you say? Maybe?
Well, just in terms of the coaching staff is like really, really talking this player up.
Yeah, and maybe people aren't as hip to it,
Yeah. Well, one is Quentin Johnston.
I'm seeing it. I don't know if I believe it, but I'm seeing it.
The Chargers will not shut the fuck up about Quentin Johnston, and it is
buy that? Are you like, yeah, or are you?
I buy that he's going to be playing a lot of snaps for them. I think now with Ladd there, and like they're looking at different players for the X position. They're actually starting Trey Harris out at Z, but they're
from like the little bit I've seen.
Mm-hmm. For X, like they're talking about QJ, which I don't love him being at X. Like I think
he's
probably better Trey Harris.
Makes sense. Yeah,
probably better Trey Harris at X and then Quentin Johnston at Z, and get him just like some more manufactured touches because he is good with a ball in his hands. But yeah, they Jim Harbaugh yesterday said that he's been elite, that he and Ladd McConkey have been elite. But yeah, they love him. I think they're going to play him a ton. Like what the production is, we'll see. But I feel like he's going to have enough spike weeks to kind of pay off this ADP. I mean, we saw games with a lot of targets for him, and yeah, there were some like I felt like he ran pretty good on touchdown luck.
He ran very good. Like
there were some wide.
Well, he's the classic guy to me where it's like the defense is like, oh, we don't really need to cover this guy that much.
Right.
And so he like falls into like all these touchdowns, and then people are like, oh yeah, you know, that was good.
Yeah. But I mean, there's no denying the physical skill set and traits that he brings to the table. Obviously, the hands are a little bit of a problem. The contested catch stuff is definitely a problem, which again, like I don't love the idea of him being at X and Trey Harris being at Z if it's going to result in like, downfield stuff for QJ, like contested downfield stuff for him. But it's a guy I don't have a lot of. I was just
I
like
don't either.
forced
But I'll mix them in now on Herbert's.
Yeah, I was just forced to move him up in my rankings, and I mean, it's just a guy that's going to play a ton of snaps for them. Like he's one of their top 2 receivers.
There's a lot of guys like that though, right? Like Romeo Dobbs, Josh Palmer, right? Like all these guys are going to be on the field. It's who's going to fall into like 7+ touchdowns,
Right. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to jump in a draft.
Let's do it.
BBM.
Who's one more name? One more name. Yeah. You gave us QJ as a jumper.
Right. I'm trying to think.
How about I'll just ask, like Blake Corum versus Jarquez Hunter.
Oh, they haven't really talked about Blake Corum too much. I mean, the Jarquez Hunter stuff is pretty.
Because the market is assuming Corum is dead, right? Like Corum is untouchable, and I kind of view it that like Corum's kind of like the Ray Davis. Like he would be the one who would get the work if an injury occurred.
Yeah, I think he's more the like 1-for-1 replacement for Kyren, and the Rams actually, kind of said that last year when they drafted him, that they're talking about him like Kyren Williams 2.0, right? Like, when we need to give Kyren a breather, we have a guy who can come right in and he's like kind of like Kyren, basically. They have been talking about like change of pace. Sean McVay talking about how much he admired Liam Cohen's offense and the run offense in Tampa Bay last year, and like all the different personnel groupings.
Yeah, I've seen that a little bit.
Yeah, Les Snead, the Rams general manager, saying that, talking about like maybe we're a little bit more running back by committee this year, just because it's more of like what we're looking for. Now, I don't think it's like Kyren all of a sudden 50% workload in that offense, but I could definitely see him being down at like 75%, which if he's not efficient, like that could hurt quite a bit depending on
I'm a little uneasy on Kyren. Like I've been a Kyren guy. I was also in the trenches being like these punt return quotes are nonsense last year.
Yeah. But, I was big on Kyren last year and saying that those like that was really just kind of a roster thing. Like they had just cut their like I think it was a receiver who was their returner, and Sean McVay just trusts Kyren Williams.
Well, that's the thing. Like I think the intention might be to get more running back by committee, but if one of these guys like misses a blitz pickup or it's like a competitive game, I feel like it could just be the Kyren show. So even though I'm uneasy on it, I've been mixing Kyren in. The 3-4 turn, why not? Yeah,
I wonder how much like pony personnel will get from the Rams, because that was a big thing for the Bucs, and that enabled Liam Cohen to kind of hide Bucky Irving's pass blocking deficiencies. Like he just wasn't asked to pass block really that much last season, and maybe that's something that McVay does with Jarquez Hunter. We're about to be on the clock here using Liam's rankings here. I can kind of go on autopilot. We're one pick away. We'll see who Elia.
So I have a Monroe ranked higher just because like I really value his week 17 game, especially. Like it just feels like that could be the game he goes off. So
all right, you want to take
let's take him. I'm assuming I'm getting 50% of this $2 million once we win this. We never officially said that. I like that on the record.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough situation because I actually have a group of people like close friends who every year buy percentages of me. We've just always done like survivor contests and like fantasy stuff and whatever, and they're like, can I give you like 30% and you do everything? I'll just be kind of like silent partner type thing, but all very, 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 very good tippers in this group. So it would be a very nice payday for sure.
Well, how's it work? I mean, I want 50%. I'll Venmo you the $12.50 if I have to. I'll buy it from your backing group. It's Brian Thomas for me for sure.
Yeah. This is actually the exact same start that we had in the 2:00 p.m. Best Ball Mania.
I mean, how can you go wrong, right? Like 2 wide receivers who could be top 5 this year, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
so what I'm trying to hammer down these details here, Greg. I was the guy sending out Venmo requests my first year of streaming to have it on the record. I don't want any ambiguity when we reach week 17.
Wow. All right, let me. I gotta text the
You
group.
You let the group know I want to buy 50% of the team.
Okay.
I'll Venmo the 1250.
All right. I'll have to make a deal with them that
we make week 17. If we don't make week 17, y'all keep the money.
Fair. That sounds fair.
That's what I do now, right? Like if we make week 17, I'm gonna send a guest half. If we don't, I'm gonna keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing you for a loop here.
Grant wants me to give it up. Ramon is loving it.
I got, so to give you a little backstory here.
Yeah.
Well, can you click the draft board too?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Thank you. I like to see just to see if anyone's doing anything crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, my first year, I sent out Venmo requests, and I was like, okay, you know, like if you want half of this team, like, because that's what you do. Like if you play poker or whatever, right? Like it's pretty clear and dry. Like, look, I'm buying this %, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't want any ambiguity in case we made week 17. Herzig also did something, but what he was doing is he was just saying he was going to throw a pizza party. So what I thought, like, I was like, well, that's egregious, man. Like, no one cares about a pizza party if you win $2 million, right? They want to have the money. And so what I eventually did, because, you know, people are right, is like, people are volunteering their time. So I don't Venmo charge them. I just give them 50% of the team. So yeah, I don't know. Work it out with your investors, but
yeah. I'll talk to them. We'll hammer out a deal.
All right. Good deal.
I love that this came up. This is great.
I mean, look, you gotta have. I don't want it just to be like, oh, hey, man, we won with that team. Here's here's a nice bottle of wine. Like, oh,
no. It would be so fucking far and beyond a bottle of wine, my friend. It would be much money. On the clock here, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Mike Evans, James Cook.
I'm cool with Jaden. I think Mike Evans is going to go up in price too if we want to get him. I just think that the market might do that with the Godwin uncertainty. And
I haven't been taking a ton of elite QB, so kind of any chance that I get to, I love to do that. People also on like guests on stream, I feel like aren't into elite QB. Maybe just like not as fun to take early.
I mean, I am like, it does feel like a really good year to definitely like hit the quarterbacks in rounds, 10 through 12.
Back on the clock, Terry McLaurin, James Cook.
We might as well go Terry, right? We got Jaden. Let's go Terry.
Let's do it.
Yeah, maybe he's like a little overpriced, but who cares, right? Like,
right, we got Jaden.
We're telling a story here.
That's right.
I do think if it like my quote unquote vibe ranks, I think I would have Jaden first overall, and I'm a Bills fan, so it just feels incredibly safe. He's going to have the rushing production. He was flat out good. He's like strict. He's just like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL period right now already. And I have concerns that, I don't think it's really in Josh not to run the ball, but eventually they're probably going to take away like the 1 yard, 2 yard rushes around the goal line in the regular season if they can get away with it, right? Like if their defense is much better and they don't need him QB sneaking it, are they really going to be doing that in some like random New England game, random Jets game? Like, I don't know.
Right. It feels like he gets a lot more of that rushing production in games where it's like, oh, hey, it's fourth quarter. We need to turn it on here. Is really big games, whatever. It's not really happening that much in the like big blowout type.
Yeah, well, and it's just like, I mean, they put a lot of pieces in that defense. So if that defense gels together and they're like winning a lot, again, like he'll still have like some big rush, like, He gets the Eagles week 17, so maybe that's a big game. Who knows? Maybe the conference is on the line there, but
yeah, those
I
two.
I do think we'll just lose. Like, he's not going to get 14 rushing touchdowns every single year.
Right. Yeah. That Eagles game in week 17, definitely a game where I could see those two teams pushing each other there. Grant makes a great point here saying
Grant, popularity doesn't pay the bills, $1 million, that pays the bill, Grant. Being the guy who got stiffed, what's that do for you,
Oh man. Yeah, it's just a very, very tough situation. But
I don't think it's a tough situation.
What amount of money would you be comfortable with not having to put anything, like it's like $12.50 is nothing.
I will Venmo you the $12.50 to disperse to your investors. I'm telling you, I will do that. I'm very happy to do that.
I gotta let them all know they've got.
Yeah, just tell them, look, you don't have action on team number blank because I did a stream draft. Like that seems pretty easy to me. I don't know.
Got to be back on the clock.
I think we do Kamara, right?
Yeah.
Like you kind of like plug your nose and take him here. Strictly most likely a good value.
For sure. Where do you have Omarion Hampton? Because he went like, I think 27th in my last draft. In this draft, he goes 39th. Still seeing him kind of like.
I'm going to bump him back up to the 3-4 turn. That's where I kind of think he should be. The Najee things took a further nosedive since I had these rankings updated 2 days ago. Here, I'm cool with Harvey, Henderson, Jennings, any of those guys.
I've been wanting to get a little bit more RJ Harvey. Got 10% right now. Ryan Heath highlighted him recently in his Anatomy of a League Winner article there. Yeah, I had to bump Omarion Hampton up as well. Have not loved the language that's been coming out about the situation, like from the very beginning of, like, usually if it's minor injuries, right, they'll say like minor injuries, and Rappaport said relatively minor and like should be ready for the regular season. Like, okay, so it's bad enough to keep him, kind of like out of training camp, basically. Like
for Najee, you mean?
Yeah, for Najee.
Yeah, I'm a little bit wondering if, because obviously they signed Najee and then they drafted Hampton, and maybe they're thinking, oh, we can get out of the contract now. It's not like a big contract, but it could actually end up being good for Najee if like somehow they can void his contract here and he ends up with like the Cowboys or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a Najee guy. I never really understood why Hampton was falling anyways to like the 5th round. That was kind of crazy. So I didn't really like dip him too much when that occurred, but yeah, I'm going to put him back at the 3-4 just because, there's going to be very enthusiastic people who start taking him at the 2-3. So like, if you're not taking him at the 3-4, you're not going to be getting them probably.
Yeah, that happened in the last draft, right after the 2-3 turn.
What do you think about Godwin, Ayuk? This guy has Rice and Godwin. Is that
really
be concerned doing that?
I'd be very concerned, especially at these. Well, I don't know. Like I think Rice is fine there, right at 50. Like I'm very, very good with that.
He feels like a smash there, yeah.
Godwin, I dropped a little bit further in my rankings this
yeah
morning.
I didn't have the second. I did my rankings like 2 days ago, but I'm gonna put him like in the middle of the 7th. I think he should go after Jaden Reed, who I know he's not running in 3 wide receiver sets though. He's not. I don't care. Like Jaden Reed's good at football, right? Like man's got to score some points.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I think there could be some. You give the market enough time, they're gonna feel afraid. The players are gonna drop.
what do you think the floor is for Quinshon Judkins before we hear like any?
I got him at 135 yesterday. So I think the floor is very low because the range of outcomes are anywhere from he plays every game this season to he plays 0 games this season.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Here, I think we should just take Golden.
Let's do it. The man who's on the field in 2 receiver sets.
Yeah, he was running with the 2s and in 2 wide receiver sets, something like that, right?
What a time of the year.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
I'm just big on the Packers passing game. I'd be cool with Brian Robinson or Aaron Jones. Brian Robinson, same team.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Aaron Jones with a week 17 Amon-Ra, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be a high
him too.
Game. Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate Aaron Jones like most people. I think I like Jordan Mason, but I don't like him straight up over Aaron Jones. I understand Mason will probably be the goal line back, but Aaron Jones, has the ability to take a carry and go run 60 yards to score a touchdown. Like, that's a skill set you want in best ball.
Yeah, good, very good play caller there in Kevin O'Connell.
Great team, improved O-line,
very, very, very dangerous in the pass game. And I know he has the injury history, but at the same time, like, he's not a guy that was getting 300 touches every year of his career. Or he's like 30, 31 now, but like they kept the tread on the tire like well enough in Green Bay while he was there, between him and the other running backs that they had, Jamal Williams earlier in his career. What someone's saying common. I don't know if I'd say it's common.
I do think it is common practice.
Really?
Yes.
That's very interesting.
I mean, pull the group. What, like,
is this the next big best ball controversy here?
No, but we already sorted this stuff out years ago. I think I kind of started it, and most of us came to the conclusion of like what I said, where it's like, because my first year, dude, I did request the Venmos, and I also sent out min caches, right? So like when I cashed a BBM team for $25, I was sending people $13.50. But now I just eat the cost, and I only send out if we make week 17.
Kramer's
thing, we need to decide it now. It's my understanding I'm getting 50% of this team, and his investors are not invested in this team. And I can send you the full 25, whatever.
I feel like we need to litigate this for another 15 minutes or however.
I'm with Burgundy here, right? We're using my suggestions. Like, if this team makes it,
that's right.
It's a collaborative effort, but
I just want to say that when I'm on someone else's stream, I expect nothing. Okay.
I'm going to be starting making something. I want to take Quentin Johnston right now.
All right, we're on the clock.
QJ, if I get 0%, QJ.
Right. What do you want?
All right, Shaheed. I think.
All right.
Yeah, with Kamara.
I'm surprised I have 11% Rashid Shaheed because I don't ever remember clicking on him.
I like him quite a bit. Fits the scoring format. Seems fully healthy. Dodged pup, even. You know, was smashing last year.
12 seconds away from making our 10th round pick, and we are on the clock. Tyron Tracy, Jared Goff, Zach Charbonnet.
A lot of names here. I could do Tracy, Charbonnet, Evan Ingram. We got RJ Harvey, so we have some same team correlation with Evan Ingram. We could do Goff if you want to be done at quarterback.
Sure, let's do Goff here.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah. Damn, too slow. I was gonna switch.
I mean, there's really no bad answers there.
Yeah. We're okay with Goff. Amon-Ra there. Okay. Cool. Matt Stewart wants. Everybody wants a cut now. I mean, this is, you give an inch,
get a cut through our good takes.
You give an inch, they take a mile here. I mean,
I need a hard percentage from you. What percent of this team am I getting?
What
Jeremy.
This is it, man. This is it.
Yeah, I haven't seen an inch given yet.
All right, so it's like a negotiate. I've got to start giving some inches. Well, Grant has $1.50 on it now. Yeah.
If this team wins $2 million, what am I getting sent?
If this team, okay,
I don't want a percent of your other teams. I'm just talking about this team.
Yeah,
I'm helping you draft.
Absolutely. Are we talking before or after taxes? Are we saying
the way it works in the gambling space?
I give you the tax form thing, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to just send me the raw dollars, and you pay taxes on your money, and I pay tax. So for example, if I draft with someone and I win $2 million, I'm sending them $1 million, but they are getting a 1099 from me that says that they earned $1 million, and I am only paying taxes on $1 million. You don't pay the taxes and then be like, okay, here's the portion tax, whatever.
Yeah, I would say at least 300,000.
Deal. All right. You're seen as I was looking at down the barrel of $0. I feel like $1 million's more fair, but 300K okay.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what if any of the teams that I've drafted with anyone win, yeah, I feel like 300K is a good chunk of change. No, this was not, and I want to be clear, this was not going to be a $0, 0%.
So 15% is you're willing to give 15% is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, if that's what the percentage is, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, because yes, I 1000% recognize that the whole series of events that have to happen, right? If this wins, obviously the only way that it's because of what's happening.
Butterfly effect, baby.
That's right. Yeah.
This is getting the people talking regardless,
That's right.
On the real, this is why I don't have a lot of guests on / any guests to draft best ball manias. Because
I'm
I don't want to send out money when I win.
Yeah.
And Damien, it only happened because Greg was masterfully. I see he learned from Sean McVay, masterfully stalling time.
No. I'm focusing on the draft here. Got irons in the fire.
So I don't think we could go wrong here. Tootin, I like a lot. I like the tight ends. Getting Ferg Dad as one of our tight ends makes some sense with the Terry stack.
I love Tootin, especially at 131.
Yeah, this
would love to take him here. Yeah, let's take him and see if Ferg Daddy comes back to us.
How are you feeling about the Tootin, ETN, all that stuff?
Man, that's a big conversation. And once we make this pick here,
I'm a Kincaid guy, but for the week 17 correlation makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. Dallas, Washington, week 17. And he's gone.
Okay. Kincaid.
You want to do Kincaid over Goddard?
I do.
Yeah, let's do it.
You like Goddard more?
I like Goddard a little bit more. But I'm also open to Kincaid.
Yeah, I think Goddard usually is cheaper. Kincaid, if things break right, I just think has a much bigger ceiling in him. Obviously, Goddard could fall into contingent work, but we kind of know what Goddard is. Kincaid, third year, was injured last year, still ambiguous target order in Buffalo. Could go many ways. But yeah, if Josh stops dealing so many touchdowns, you got to wonder where those touchdowns go.
Yes. Okay. People asking what if it wins second, only if it ships.
I'm just assuming a flat 15%.
Yes. It's not only if it ships. That was just an example of I mean, like who's going to dream about it making the finals but not dream about it winning. Yes. Again, very, very, very aware. JJJ saying that I embarrassed how did I embarrass myself? This was it was never a 0. I said from
this was an ambush. Actually, your other guest sent me in here to set the record straight.
I was very clear from the top. It would be a very, very, very nice pay.
Yeah, but that's ambiguous, like you're all about trying to get down to the details.
Completely. Yes, completely fair. I wasn't thinking.
If you would have just said 15% in the first round, I would have been like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't mean to drag this on. Sorry.
No,
sorry.
Not at all. And to be clear, this is a deal that this is the way that I would treat any team that wins it, any team that makes the finals there. Like if we're getting a big payday, whoever was involved with that is absolutely getting a piece because it's only right. It's like someone does a nice thing for you. Like it's tipping culture, right? Come from the poker world as well.
Anti-sweat this team now. No,
I'm kidding. You win a big poker tournament. You're tipping the dealers. You're taking care of them.
Well, they take a rake kind of for that, so that's not happening as much anymore for like pros, but yes.
Well, I guess more tilted towards like home games and stuff.
Do you want to get into the Tootin ETN thing? Any
shit. Yeah. I mean, you look at Liam Cohen's backfield last season with the Bucks. It was kind of just like a mix of guys there, but Bucky proving that he was the better back and ends up getting the biggest share of that backfield. We're back on the clock.
I like Garendo a lot, where I think we take him and be done.
Yeah. Happy to get my Garendo.
There are some ranges of outcomes where it's like Jordan James, but CMC obviously very high on the likely to get injured list, and so not really sure why Garendo falls often. What's the tight end tab look like?
Tight end: Jonnu Smith, Kyle Pitts, Zach Ertz, Mike Gesicki.
I mean, it's a little early for Ertz, but you could do it. I think Smith's getting too cheap. What's wide receiver look like?
Wide receiver: Jack Besh, Jalen McMillan, Adam Thielen.
Let's do McMillan. I think he's going to go in price.
Absolutely.
I need to get a tight end in the
next round. Do you think there's any way we're looking at a 4 tight end build here, Liam?
I do 4 tight end on DK quite a bit. I think on this team, you got to kind of draft like you're right? And so it's like, I view Kincaid as a stab at legit upside. And so I would not be doing 4 tight end with this. It's not like egregious to do, but I don't think it's generally good to be doing.
I think I have 1 4 tight end team at the current moment.
What is the team, if you could recap it for us?
The 4 tight end team?
No. This
team. Sorry. Yes, absolutely. QB, we've got Jaden Daniels and Jared Goff at running back, Alvin Kamara, RJ Harvey, Aaron Jones, Bashal Tootin, Isaac Garendo. Wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Terry McLaurin, Matthew Golden, Rashid Shaheed, Jalen McMillan, and at tight end, Dalton Kincaid.
So maybe we're done at running back. I think with that group, we could add another. We don't need to. At minimum, 2 tight ends, probably 3 max. Definitely not another quarterback. Definitely need 1 or 2 more wide receivers. So I don't know, pretty flexible here.
Some anti for tight end on Underdog. Koala Quantum says 4 tight ends in the last 4 rounds is the only time it seems reasonable. Yeah, Jaden Daniels MVP for sure. Lock it up. Are you superstitious at all? Getting paid and like you won't touch $50 bills or
No.
any of that stuff?
No. We will over at Liam headquarters. We will accept pennies. If we will accept, checks,
Yeah.
$50 bills, $2 bills, whatever.
I ran a underground high stakes poker game back in the day and had several players in the game who just refused to be paid with $50 bills. And
yeah, that is a thing in poker. I don't really know why. I'm sure there's some old legend.
They won't even touch it. Like they would get super, super mad if you took a $50 bill, like while they're playing or whatever, and just like put it on their arm or like on their hip. Like if it touches their skin, they get so upset because they believe it's just such terrible, terrible luck.
I'm sure there must be some story of a gambler who took $50 bills and then died or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. About to be back on.
I mean, clearly Ertz if he's there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. If we don't get sniped by this person again. Who did they take earlier? We wanted. Okay. Back on the clock. Ertz. Let's do it.
And like when you take Ertz, you take Kincaid. I don't really think we have to have a third. We can. But we have did we take Mike Evans on this one? I forgot.
We did not. No. We ended up going Jaden Daniels and then Terry McLaurin.
Okay. Okay, Kate Otten's gone. I like Diami.
Yeah, love Diami.
Keenan, I think, is reasonable too. He's probably going to sign soon and go up in price.
Mm-hmm.
So
stack Diami, Brian Thomas, Spatial Tootin.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got 2 more picks left to play with. What do you want to pour those positions into?
Yeah, so obviously we're good at QB. I feel like I'm not sure I'd be able to sleep at night if we just have Dalton Kincaid and Zach Ertz.
Okay.
And there are a lot of guys in the kind of like 17th, 18th round that I'm into as tight end threes. So I feel like we'll have somebody there. And then I'd say probably another receiver, right? Like I feel we're pretty good at.
Makes sense to me.
At running back.
I think running back's defensible too in the event that Kamara or Aaron Jones slows down as the season goes.
Yeah.
But wide receiver is also very defensible.
Yeah. I mean, we have some pretty good draft capital at receiver here, kind of.
Yeah.
Right? Like we might be okay with 7 here. And especially
I think it's a mix. That last pick could be anything. It could be a quarterback, could be a 4th tight end if you wanted, could be a wideout, could be a running back.
Yeah. Interesting spot. I love these when it's like so hard to kind of figure out which is the most optimal route to go. Because like you say, like if Kamara or Aaron Jones slow down a bit, or they're getting up there in age. RJ Harvey, it's not like he has a kind of workhorse role there in Denver. Could definitely see him being more of a like this week he doesn't have anything really that usable. Next week is like 20 points. Next week, 10 points kind of situation there with Dobbins.
I don't even think there is an optimal. I think it's just like sometimes you should do this, sometimes you should do this, sometimes you do this. Like you could either just like spin a wheel and let randomness decide your position.
Mm-hmm. How many teams do you have that you feel like kind of hinges on a certain guy? Like this one might hinge on Tootin a little bit, right? Like if Tootin is a smash, and that like really kind of lifts up this entire running back room situation?
Oh, that's hard to say. I mean, I definitely built some fragile teams, but I don't know off the top of my head of just like.
All right, we're back on the clock here. Keenan is available. Tight ends. Juwan Johnson is a guy that I'm pretty big on, and we have.
If you want the third Saint, like we could do Juwan. I like Theo too.
Yeah, I've got 7% Juwan, 17% Theo.
Okay.
I'll bring up the Juwan.
We'll smooth it out then.
A little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to not to go like too crazy.
You got investors to answer to.
That's right. All right. Who
I think we should do Keenan here. You know,
Yeah.
Seems like he's going to sign sooner than later. If he doesn't, who cares?
Yeah, if he signs with like
could be the 49ers, could be the Commanders, could be whatever, you know.
Yeah, even if it's like there are like low passing volume teams where he could end up, like maybe Pittsburgh or the Jets, where there's no real wide receiver too. I don't think he would want to play for either of those teams. It sounds like he wants more of a kind of like good weather team.
I mean, Devontae Adams could, whatever, break a leg and then they sign Keenan.
Yeah.
Like we got time.
But whenever he does get signed, if he does get signed, it like you can easily envision him just shooting up the rankings in a huge way, up to like 170-ish, 160-ish, depending.
Could be higher, yeah.
Yeah, depending on the landing spot.
Could I mean, on DK he would jump up to like 110 just because it's DK, but
somebody asking if I'm in on Malik Washington again. I'm not sure if I've clicked him. I've maybe clicked him in like a couple puppies or
he
something.
seems ahead of Nick Westbrook.
Yeah. The problem for me is just like that offense in general.
Out to Tyreek getting traded,
Yeah, there's some outs. I do think they like him. I think he flashed. They started using him more near the end of last season. Didn't earn a ton of targets, but when he did, looked pretty decent. Yeah. Let's recap this team here. QB got Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff, running back Alvin Kamara, RJ Harvey, Aaron Jones, Bashal Tootin, Isaac Grendo. Wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Terry McLaurin, Matthew Golden, Rashid Shaheed, Jalen McMillan, De'Ami Brown, Keenan Allen. Tight end Dalton Kincaid, Zach Ertz, Juwan Johnson. What?
I like it.
How are you feeling? You like it? I like
the squad.
Let's name it. Let's name the squad here.
You're gonna max, I assume.
I am gonna max. Yeah. I've tried to. I usually just do BBM, but I've been drafting some other formats here.
I on Underdog, BBM is most of what I do too. I mean, I love the Eliminator this year. The head-to-head format's so fun to me.
I've never played it.
It's just I didn't play it at all last year, but this year just sounds quite fun. Like a just head-to-head sweats for 17 weeks.
That's fun. Yeah, I've a bunch of these that I'll try to get in. Like there was one that was it like the German Shepherd or something that they unveiled.
There's a million of the
yeah. But they released it like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, I'll max. It was like a 2 or 3 max or entry, and it's like, all right, I'll fill it later this week, max it, and it filled within like a day. Like, okay, well, there goes that opportunity. There.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm glad we got the numbers hammered out here. I don't want it being said on the streets that Greg Branos is not a good tipper, because that's just not the truth. So
where I come from, 20% is the minimum tip, but hey, some people like to do 15.
Right. Yeah, I have a tip calculator, but it's just for BBMs.
Yeah, just BBM. How much effort I gave.
Out, put the glasses on and take a little look. What is it? What is this? 2 million? This is 300,000. It says here.
Well, hopefully we actually have to deal with this come to end of the year.
Yeah, we will. Liam's always in the finals. We know that. 2 guys always in the finals of best ball tournaments and taking them down. It's Liam Murphy and Justin Herzig. And I've drafted
Herzig gets to the finals more, but I think I make my chances count.
You've won what, 3, 4? How many?
If Chase Brown just doesn't slide down at the 1 last year, no. I get second in Ball Mania again.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Yeah. Because I did like all those the T. Higgins, Joe Burrow explosion, like most of the teams had that. I had Brown, but I didn't have those guys. So,
and he gets hurt on that play.
I mean, and it goes to overtime, just craziness. Yeah.
Was that the game was that Khalil Herbert's first game with them when he fumbles on his first carry?
I don't remember. No, I feel like that was one of the playoff weeks before. It was against Denver.
Yeah, I think he had to slide there. That like they could salt the game away by him sliding, but
then they didn't.
Well, was it because they had to call a timeout because he was injured on that play?
Oh, maybe that happened. Oh,
yes,
something happened.
Yeah, something happened that was like, this was the right play, but like something fucked up happened to where
it's the game we play, folks. It's the game we play.
Week 17. That's incredible for that kind of stuff to happen. The year that you won, what was that? What were the big like week 17 games and scores there?
Jamar Chase dropped 50, so you had to have him against the Chiefs. Wow. Amon-Ra and Rashad Penny combined for 60 plus, and I had both of them, so pretty much had to have that mini correlation. They played each other.
Amon-Ra and Penny played against each other? Okay. Oh, was
the Lions played the Seahawks?
That was the huge scoring game.
Yeah, it was a big. It was pretty much just those two going back and forth, and I had both of them. So,
oh my God,
really helped me separate. Chase was only on like 10 teams because the week before T. Higgins had 40 points. So T. Higgins and Mark Andrews and Cooper Kupp, like they were all like 50% owned, and all three didn't really like do much. Other than like those three big, like Devontae Adams had a good, not great score. Joe Burrow had a big score, but I won with Josh Allen just because my whole I won by like 10 or 20 points just because like it was a smaller final, and I just had the right guys,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like they say, you gotta have the right guys.
You gotta pluck them out,
And that's what makes the game so easy, right? Is like you just find the right guys and you draft them. And then
to be clear, like I had like that year, I had a ton of Chris Carson and Rashad Penny specifically because they played the Lions week 17, and I thought the Lions had like the worst run defense in the NFL. And then Chris Carson got hurt; he hurt his neck, and Rashad Penny rammed it down their throats.
Yeah, Penny was like nothing all.
He was a nothing all year. He stopped getting drafted, and came back late in the season. Amon-Ra was also nothing all year, and Tyrell Williams was like the starter or something like that. Diami Brown was on that team. He was actually a 0. Justin Fields was the QB2. He was a 0 that year. So basically, I had a 1 QB team.
Matt saying, yeah, you can have the best team not make the finals. Pod luck. Yeah.
Pod luck is a feature, not a bug, right? Like you don't want the same teams in the finals.
Right. Correct. I think it was Mathology last year finished with the most regular season points. And
Yeah, that's a tough.
did
that's a tough blow.
he get eliminated in the first round, or did he make it to the?
Sure, I'm sure he did, but just to not get paid on that is
Yeah.
is a tough.
Is that the 1 year that there hasn't been a payout for?
Yeah, I'm personally not a fan of them putting regular season prizes in, but like at least it's not so big this year,
Mhm.
right?
Well,
Like
I like it a little. Like it's nice.
it's just it's like $2 million out of the finals. Like I think most people understand that you're playing Best Ball Mania to reach the finals. If you don't make the finals, you lose.
Mhm.
You know?
What is the? It's 2 million for like
I don't remember the exact math, but yeah, it's quite a bit of money out of there.
wow, that is a lot.
So it's hard to make the finals, right? So it's like when you finish 50th to get 50 grand instead of 15 grand, like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the exact math, but yeah, I mean, like, look, there's this contest for total points, right? Like they have the marathon. If if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. All right, man. This was great.
This was fun. We set a precedent on your channel for future years.
Yes.
We talked about some coach speak.
Yeah. We did it. We did it all. Friday, 2 shows, 2 p.m. Eastern. Dave Kluge is going to draft with us. And then 3 p.m. Eastern, Michael F. Florio is going to draft with us. Hope you'll join us. Liam, please let us know what you've got going on, where we can find you, where we can find these rankings.
Beatbestball.com. Got my ranks and articles. Got a YouTube channel, Liam Murphy.
Hell yeah. Go sub to the YouTube channel. Liam, one of the high level thinkers in this space. And I think you'll learn a lot watching his streams, watching his content. So go gobble that up. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. And see you Friday. Peace.